Somehow at Christmas time you expect there ought to be at least one movie for the whole family, and this year there aren't any movies, no new ones anyway, that are for the whole family, but there's one I can recommend for most of the family, and that's The Little Shop of Horrors, a musical about a man-eating plant. There is some language in the film, and also even the idea of that man-eating plant that might be a little offensive for the smaller kids, but for 13 and up, which is how it's rated, I think this is a great entertainment.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me all night long.
The name of the plant is Audrey 2, and it likes to eat blood, human blood, blood from the fingers of Rick Moranis, who plays one of the shopkeepers in that store. In this scene, James Belushi walks in on Moranis and his co-star Ellen Greene with plans for how this plant could make them all rich people.
You see, me and the guys at the Home Office have been following this plan of yours, and we've come up with one incredible idea. We're very proud of it.
It's strange, but the plant itself almost takes on a personality in this film, like in this scene where it goes to visit a radio station.
We're listening to the radio station WSTI.
There are a lot of cameo roles in the film, not only James Belushi, but also Bill Murray, John Candy, and a hilarious performance by Steve Martin.
There's always time for dental hygiene, Seymour.
You ever seen the results of a neglected mouth? Look, Seymour.
This could happen to you.
Unless I take immediate action.
What's that?
The drill.
It's rusty.
It's an antique. They don't make them like this anymore. Sturdy, heavy, dull. I'm gonna want some gas for this.
Oh, thank God. I thought you weren't gonna use any.
Oh, the gas isn't for you, Seymour. It's for me.
I think that's some of Steve Martin's funniest work in a long time, and I like this movie. I thought it was funny, and I also thought it had a lot of charm. In fact, I think this film could be the next Rocky Horror Picture Show. After its first run, I think it could run forever on Friday and Saturday nights as people began to really let the movie, so to speak, grow on them. I give it 3.5 stars, and I'm Roger Ebert.
I don't understand why it's so difficult to confirm an appointment.
No, I'm so sorry, Miranda. I actually did confirm
Details
last
of
night.
your incompetence do not interest me. Who is that?
In The Devil Wears Prada, an aspiring journalist takes a detour into the world of high fashion and lives to tell the tale. Anne Hathaway plays Andy Sachs, who just graduated from Northwestern. The editor of Runway magazine is looking for a new assistant, and Andy isn't prepared for the ruthless world of Miranda Priestley.
And you have no style or sense of fashion.
I think that depends on what you're...
No. That wasn't a question.
Meryl Streep hits all the right notes as the cold, cunning dragon lady. Too good for this movie.
Get me, Isaac. I don't see my breakfast here. My eggs here. Where are my... Where's that piece of paper I had in my hand yesterday morning?
Andy accepts the challenge, but her fashion statement is still campus casual. Stanley Tucci is Nigel, the magazine's creative director, who will help with her makeover.
So none of the girls here eat anything?
Not since 2 became the new 4 and 0 became the new 2.
Well, I'm a 6.
Which is the new 14.
Shoot.
Oh, never mind. I'm sure you had plenty more polyblend where that came from.
Miranda thinks her new protege may have the killer instinct after all.
It's just, I don't know, drizzling. Someone must be getting out. Call Donatella. Get her, Jen.
My personal life is hanging by a thread, that's all.
Well, join the club. That's what happens when you start doing well at work, darling. Let me know when your whole life goes up in smoke. When is it's time for a promotion?
This movie is based on a best-selling novel, and maybe it got lost in translation. It's so flimsy it almost seems like an after-school special for girls who still shop at the Gap. There were appealing performances and good-looking scenes in New York and Paris, but I wanted more than the boss from hell and the seductions of 7th Avenue. I can only give The Devil Wears Prada 2 stars. I'm Roger Ebert, ABC 7 News.
Who is that?
It's my family, Jeff. We are the Robinsons. Why has no one ever told me about this?
Most of all, you have to hide it from the kids, Cuckoo.
You're Mrs. Robinson.
Rumor has it doesn't just take off where The Graduate ended, it takes off where The Graduate began. Here's the rumor. The Graduate was based on a novel inspired by real families.
Come in, I'll put on a pot of bourbon.
Shirley MacLaine plays Grandma Catherine, who is thought to be the seductress who once had an affair with a much younger man. That would be the guy who grows up to be Kevin Costner's character. In The Graduate, he runs off with Mrs. Robinson's daughter. In this story, says she had second thoughts and went on to marry and have a family with a safe choice instead.
You've slept with my mother and my grandmother. Maybe every girl in my family has to sleep with you.
Well, I don't know if they have to, but they certainly have.
Enter Jennifer Aniston's character, Sarah, one of MacLaine's granddaughters. She's home for her sister's wedding and she's getting engaged. And she has discovered the shocking gossip about Grandma.
Mom liked Beau Burrows. You seduced him, and then she ran off with him a week before the wedding. Isn't that what happened?
I don't believe everything you see in the movies.
Sarah wants the truth from the man she is told shared a bed with both her mother and her grandmother. There's an instant connection between them. Will she be carrying on the family tradition for a third generation?
Can you believe I just did that? So inappropriate. I really... Oh my God, I'm gonna need so much therapy.
The late, great Anne Bancroft was the original Mrs. Robinson, and she also knew director Rob Reiner all of his life. It makes me wonder if Reiner had a role for her in this movie. The casting is impeccable, and these actors hit just the right notes. Kevin Costner is a natural as this charming rogue who might have inspired Benjamin. Jennifer Aniston is so appealing and keeps us on her side through all the intrigue. And Shirley MacLaine aces her role as the original Mrs. Robinson. Here's to you.
You dropped me for a newer model. Do you know how old that made me feel? And you realize when you did that I was 13 years younger than you are now.
If the rumors they've been telling for a long time in Pasadena about The Graduate are right, the Kevin Costner character has already slept with Grandma and Mom and may be going for the trifecta. So just how accurate is the gossip? The premise may be a gimmick, but within this engaging cast and funny movie, it's ingenious and very entertaining. I give Rumor Has It 3 stars. I'm Roger Ebert, ABC 7 News.